An unforgettable moment at the Invictus Games 2025, overshadowed by Meghan Markle's cold reaction. The Invictus Games 2025 in Vancouver Whistler were meant to be a powerful testament to resilience, courage, and triumph. A stage where wounded veterans from across the world came together, not just to compete, but to heal. The air was thick with emotion, the crowd electric with anticipation. But amid the celebration, one moment stood out, not for its joy, but for the icy silence of one person in particular. It was during the wheelchair basketball game that British athlete and Afghanistan war veteran James Cairns took a bold step. As the final whistle blew and the game ended, James, still in his wheelchair, turned toward his longtime girlfriend Hannah Wild. With an undeniable mix of nervousness and excitement, he reached into his pocket, produced a ring, and asked a question that sent the stadium into a frenzy. The reaction was instantaneous. Cheers erupted. Applause filled the air, and fellow athletes pounded their hands on their wheelchairs in a rhythmic chant of approval. It was a scene of pure joy, a moment where love and resilience intertwined perfectly. And right there in the front row was Prince Harry, the founder of the Invictus Games, visibly moved. He clapped enthusiastically, leaned forward with a wide grin, and was one of the first to congratulate the couple. His presence at the Games had always been one of support, encouragement, and genuine admiration for the competitors. This proposal only underscored the deeper meaning of the event, the power of love, perseverance, and triumph over adversity. But just a few feet away, the atmosphere shifted. Meghan Markle, standing next to Prince Harry, remained silent, arms crossed, no smile, no reaction, just an impassive stare, as if she were watching something entirely unremarkable. A deafening silence amid celebration. Her reaction, or rather, her lack of reaction, was impossible to ignore. In stark contrast to the roaring crowd and Prince Harry's open enthusiasm, Meghan's indifference was chilling. The cameras, ever watchful, captured the moment, and it quickly spread like wildfire across social media. Why was she so cold? Why, in a moment of sheer happiness, did she refuse to join in the celebration? Theories flooded in almost immediately. Some speculated she simply didn't like the spotlight shifting away from her. Others wondered if it was personal discomfort, perhaps a genuine inability to connect with the raw emotion of the moment. But then, why even be there at an event dedicated to resilience and unity if she could not celebrate such a powerful expression of love? The stark contrast between Meghan's cold demeanor and Prince Harry's warmth painted a larger picture, one that many have long suspected. While Harry has made the Invictus Games his life's work, pouring his heart into the event and its competitors, Meghan's connection to it has always felt forced, a moment too symbolic to ignore. James Cairns' proposal wasn't just a romantic gesture. It was a symbol of everything the Invictus Games represent. He, like so many of the athletes there, had faced unimaginable hardship. Injured in Afghanistan, he had to rebuild his life from scratch. Through pain, through struggle, he had found a reason to keep going, and that reason was Hannah. For Meghan Markle, an individual who has often spoken publicly about love, compassion, and support, this moment should have resonated deeply. Yet, her reaction, or rather, her indifference, was a glaring contradiction to everything she preaches. This was not a formal royal engagement where she might have felt stiff and out of place. This was not an event where she was being scrutinized for her outfit choice or a speech. This was a pure, unscripted, human moment. And yet, she stood there unmoved. Public backlash and unanswered questions. Social media exploded within minutes. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok were flooded with posts dissecting Meghan's reaction. Small Blue Diamond, why was Meghan Markle acting like she was at a funeral instead of a celebration? Small Blue Diamond, Prince Harry was beaming with joy. Meghan, arms crossed, staring blankly. What is her deal? Small Blue Diamond, a veteran in a wheelchair, just proposed, and Meghan Markle couldn't even clap? Wow. The backlash was swift and unforgiving. The hashtag Icy Meghan began trending, alongside hashtag Invictus Games 2025 and hashtag Prince Harry the Real Deal. Commentators were quick to analyze the moment. Body language experts weighed in, pointing out how her crossed arms, tight-lipped expression, and refusal to engage signaled clear discomfort. But discomfort with what? Was it the proposal itself? The fact that attention was being given to someone else? Or was there something deeper at play? For someone who has built a brand on empathy and activism, Meghan's reaction was not just puzzling. It was revealing. Meghan versus Harry, a growing divide? This moment also shone a light on something many have speculated for years. The apparent contrast between Prince Harry's deep, genuine passion for the Invictus Games and Meghan Markle's seemingly performative involvement. Prince Harry has dedicated years of his life to making the Invictus Games a global movement. He has walked alongside wounded veterans, listened to their stories, and championed their resilience. His support for Cairns' proposal was just another example of his unwavering commitment. Meghan, on the other hand, has never seemed to share that same level of connection. While she has attended the games and made appearances, her engagement has often felt surface level. And now, when presented with a moment that truly captured the essence of the event, she stood there detached. This isn't the first time questions have been raised about Meghan's sincerity in supporting Harry's causes. But this was something different. This was a moment that required no speeches, no carefully curated photos, no media spin, just an instinctive human reaction. And she failed. A missed opportunity for redemption. Imagine for a moment if Meghan had reacted differently. If she had clapped, smiled, maybe even shed a tear. If she had stepped forward to congratulate the couple, embracing Hannah and James in a show of unity. It would have been a perfect opportunity to silence critics, to prove that she truly believes in the values the Invictus Games stand for. Instead, she gave the world another reason to doubt her authenticity. This moment will not be forgotten. It will be replayed, analyzed, and used as yet another example of Meghan Markle's growing disconnect from the very causes she claims to champion. As for Prince Harry, he continues to shine, standing by the veterans, embracing the mission of the Invictus Games, and showing the world what true compassion looks like. But as for Meghan, the silence speaks volumes. What was she thinking? Was this just another misstep? Or was there a deeper reason for Meghan Markle's cold reaction? Was it discomfort, jealousy, or something more? One thing is clear. In a stadium filled with celebration, Meghan Markle stood alone, and people noticed.